few years ago, I was suicidal, and a few days ago, I took a depression test. It gives you a score from 0 to 25, I think, with 0 being the best, 25 being the worst, and I got a 1. 1 point away from perfect. And here recently, I've been telling people, like, this is the happiest I felt in my life, but it wasn't always like this. When I was younger, I didn't want to be alive anymore, but I started building muscle, and that was one of the first things that pulled me away from those thoughts. But the thing was, I was working out and I still wasn't really happy. Like, I was still pretty depressed. Like, I'll never forget this night. I was at my grandma's house and I ate a whole family pack of Oreos because I just said I was like dirty bulking, right? And I honestly felt really sad after it. Like, I still hated my life, and so I went onto YouTube. I don't know what I searched. I searched something like how to make friends or how to fix your life or something like that. And I click on this dude's video and he starts it off with, get on the floor and do 10 push-ups right now. And he said basically, like, you are not allowed to watch this video unless you do these 10 push-ups. You're weak if you don't do it. And I was like, okay, screw this guy, I'm gonna do it. And so I actually did them. And I'll be honest, dude, the advice he gave in that video was something like, yeah, if I was fat like you, I would be depressed too. And I was obese at the time, so I was like, oh, screw this guy. Because when you're like that, dude, the last thing that you want to hear is that, yeah, your life sucks because it's your fault. But the thing is, after seeing that dude and hearing his lesson, that thought never left my head, how it's basically my responsibility. And so over the next few years, life did get better, but it didn't just happen overnight. I didn't just randomly become really happy. No, it was like through trial and error. My body changed, what I consumed changed, my habits changed, and I found work that I love to do. But then eventually I noticed something weird. This is the happiest I've been, but I never had like a number to put on it, like a score. So the other day I woke up at like 3 something in the morning for a coaching call, right? And during this call, I got the advice of like, yeah, you should go on a mental health quiz or whatever to basically get a tangible score to see like how your life is improving in regards to depression and anxiety over the next few months, next few years. I got really curious because I was like, if this is the happiest I've ever been, what would my score be? And so like I said earlier, 0 was the best, 25 was the worst, and I got a 1. 1 damn point away, bro. You can imagine me just sat there staring at my laptop screen. It's like 4 in the morning. I could not stop smiling, bro. I swear I just stared at that screen for, well, probably like 5 minutes straight, dude. Because at the time I started to think back on how life used to be. I really wish I heard this advice and I took that quiz when I was really young. Because when I was sat there, I started thinking about where my score would have been back when I was, having those thoughts, because I never heard about this advice, and I really wish I took one to see how far I would come, but I think it was probably on the polar opposite, like close to 25. And by the way, I put the test that I took, top link in the description. You should just go take it. It's like 14 questions and it's actually fun. You get to like see where you're starting off. You get to basically get a score for how well you're doing in regards to mental health. So just go take the quiz. It's really quick. Screenshot it, and then you can actually like have it in your camera roll. In a few months from now, you can look back and see like how much you're improving. And I'm not saying that I'm like completely perfect, right? Like, I'll be honest, my anxiety score was like, this is like perfect, right? And then this is mild, and then you have like the halfway point. I was like a little normal-ish, like mild-ish. You get what I mean? But when I think back to like the person that I used to be, bro, it is like night and day. And when I think about all the habits that I changed or whatever, I can put it into the 3 pillars of mental health. I mentioned this in a couple videos. It is body, brain, soul. Basically, body is the most easiest one for you to focus on. You've heard so much about this. Clean up your diet, build muscle, sleep. You don't need me to make like a 45-minute top 5 tips for your morning routine. You don't need this, bro. If you're doing absolutely nothing right now, I always recommend to start building muscle. You have no excuse. Planet Fitness is like really cheap, but if you don't have like those gyms around your country or where you live, you could literally do what I did when I started working out. I was just doing like push-ups, sit-ups, hammer curls, all that stuff, diamond push-ups. Dude, you can do this even without like a gym or whatever. One of the main reasons why I say building muscle is gonna help you so much with your mental health is because it is like visible progress. It's not just that you're slowly becoming more attractive, like we know this. It is that you are kind of moving your life up. Let me explain. So when I was having those thoughts, I just saw my life as this. It's like a chart, right? I just saw no matter what I do, my life is gonna go down. No matter what, I'm gonna get more fat. I'm gonna get more addicted. I'm gonna start hating my life. You get what I mean, right? But when I started working out, I knew I was down here. But if I kept working out for a year, I would be up here. So I actually had this sort of hope that like, okay, if I just let time pass, I'm gonna slowly go up. And I genuinely do believe that that is the only concept that saved me from suicidal thoughts. And that's why I think forward movement, like feeling like your life is going up, is such an important thing for defeating depression. Like, dude, you don't need to have your dream physique, your dream career, business, a hot girlfriend. You don't need to have like the perfect 10 out of 10 life to be, you know, really good with depression. You just need to know that if you keep going, you will be up here. Like, you just need that evidence that you're moving somewhere better, and going to the gym literally gives you visible evidence of that. But remember, bro, the gym didn't solve everything. If you remember the Oreos story, I was still working out during that, but I was depressed. But the thing is, when you improved one area of your life, you start to think about the other areas you can improve. So the next part is going to be your brain. And this is where, ironically, a lot of online advice is really hard to follow, because everyone's saying to do this thing, do this thing. There's just so much. There is one thing I always tell a guy when I'm going on a coaching call with him on what to do in regards to this. It is limit your inputs. And I don't mean screen time. I mean like what you are watching. So let me give you an example. If I like strapped you to a chair or something and I forced you to watch these videos saying like, oh yeah, bro, you're under 6 foot, it's hopeless for you. Yeah, your nose shape is like this. Yeah, you're never gonna find love. All men are evil. Life is hopeless if you're like this. There's no good women out there. Imagine I strapped you to a chair and forced you to watch that negative stuff for like 3 hours straight, bro. How do you think you would feel? What all of these videos are doing is they are convincing you that you are not, you know, getting that forward movement. You're not going up. It's just like you're gonna be like this your whole life, or maybe even like this. Like, if you listen to any advice in this video, let it be this. You can simultaneously be improving your life while convincing yourself that you're not, while convincing yourself that, oh yeah, since I'm under 6 foot, it doesn't even matter. Just, bro, I beg of you, please be extremely careful of the content you watch. Like, let me give you an example. If you know my story, I went like around 4 years without Instagram or TikTok or any of those social media platforms, right? And so when I got back on it, I did an experiment. I knew I would find those videos. I knew I would see like all these nihilistic, pessimistic, negative videos, and I told myself, I'm gonna like those videos. I'm just gonna see how it affects my mental health. Bro, it was so bad. It was so shit. And then like when I flipped the experiment and I started to hit not interested on those videos, and I only interacted with like educational, motivational, you know, hype kind of videos, discipline videos, it just felt so much better. It felt so much more positive. Social media started to feel like a positive thing with my life. And then the third pillar of mental health is soul. And this is where there's literally no advice online. And there's one thing I want you to do. Sitting in silence, sitting in boredom, no phone, no distractions, no music, no podcasts, no videos like this, nothing, bro. Just sit with your boredom, either like sit around, go on a walk, do something like that. Like, I do this regularly now, and this is one of the most important habits of my life. I have had some of the biggest ideas and realizations of my life just from doing this. I learned this from, I think I was studying the autobiography of Nikola Tesla, and I think it's in Deep Work, one of these books that I read. But the main thing is that you never hear yourself think. Like, try and think about any period of boredom you have. Maybe you're, I don't know, cooking food, you finished a workout, you're doing something, right? You have some sort of stimulation going on right now. You could be eating while watching this video. You could be listening to music while you're, I don't know, just driving or going throughout your day, you know? You always have some sort of stimulation in your head. And the thing that pisses me off is so many young men are going to live like this, and they're going to start to question why they feel depressed, why they feel like they have no direction in life. Like, dude, some of the greatest minds in human history selected times where they did this. They literally made it a habit to, okay, during this period, I'm just gonna sit in boredom and I'm just gonna think about, I don't know, this invention or this philosophical thing. You get what I mean? Give yourself periods on this and think about one question. Don't let yourself sit there and just think like, okay, what habits are holding me back? And then you randomly start thinking, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go hit this workout and I'm going, no, I need to focus back on, what addictions are holding me back. And if you are religious, dude, I highly recommend praying. This is like one of the best times for you to pray on some sort of issue with your life. Some of the best questions I recommend to people is, what new habits do I want to add? What am I doing with my life? What habits are holding me back? What do I want my dream work, like, my career to be? And dude, if you don't like the answer, don't just stop this habit and immediately pick up your phone. Dude, I beg of you, force yourself to do this. Set a timer for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't care. Once or twice a week, do something, bro. Like, I know this habit sounds so weird. It sounds so stupid, but I never would have quit porn if it wasn't for this habit. I never would have found my dream work, making videos, my dream purpose, if it wasn't for sitting in this habit. So it's weird, honestly, being present me now, thinking back on the Oreo story, and I saw that video, he was like, yeah, if I was fat like you, I'd be depressed. And I was like, oh my God, this dude's an asshole. But I value that advice so much now, and I value it so much that at the end of every video here recently, I say, happiness is not found, it is built. You build a body that you're proud of. You build a body that not only can attract girls, but also like makes you respect your present self. You give yourself evidence that your future self is going to be up here. You protect your brain from shit that just makes you feel hopeless about life, and you give your soul enough silence and boredom to basically communicate to you where you need to be. Body, brain, and soul. I'm still building all these, bro, but just remember, a few years ago, I was probably on the polar opposite of that test. I was probably somewhere around 25, and now I'm so close to zero. I am so close to perfect. So if you're kind of feeling down in life, or maybe you're kind of like younger Carson and you're having those thoughts, don't let anyone convince you that life is just going to be hopeless and this is how it's going to be, because I had that thought when I was younger. I looked at my parents and I'll be honest, they were both, you can imagine the fat, white, obese people, you get what I mean? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be just like them. It's hopeless. I can't get lean. I can't, become more attractive. There's nothing I can do. Don't let anyone convince you of that bullshit. No one online, no one in person, friends, family, don't let anyone tell you that. You need to give yourself evidence that your life will go up no matter what. And one last thing, dude, don't just watch this video, hear the things that I told you to do, with the test, starting, building muscle, removing the inputs, sitting in boredom. Don't just hear that and think like, yeah, this is some unique advice. And then you just go and click on the next video. Oh yeah, hey guys, today, bro. Don't do that shit. Actually take action on this, I beg of you. And if you took that test earlier, like I said, and you got a score back and you want to improve it, you could check out in the description. I have like a free call thing. I do 1 hour free calls with guys from my audience. They get like personalized advice from me. You can get my advice on whatever's holding you back, whether it be porn addiction, starting a habit, like building muscle, all of that stuff. But yeah, man, happiness is not found. It is built. See you.